Powered Yoga teachers. It's Monday and today we're looking at Happy Baby for Yin Yoga. So this is really good for the hips and spine, especially the SI joint, urinary lines, urinary meridian, bladder, kidney, liver. It's really good and it really helps decompress the SI joint. So Happy Baby and have Happy Baby. So we'll start with a full Happy Baby. So you'll have your students sitting already and lying all the way down. And then there's different ways to do this. So first, just let the spine be neutral. And then start, what I do, especially when I have students that I don't know if they're comfortable hugging the legs in or whatever, is I just kind of start and have them bring one knee toward the chest at a time and just reach behind the thigh. And that way I can kind of see if I have people doing this or, they're really struggling there, that I know that I want to offer a strap version where they could even hold both thighs behind the thighs with the strap. And so there's a lot of options here. So we'll get through as many as we can. So anyway, you just start here, and then you want to have the thighs come just outside the rib cage, if that's comfortable, because that gives a little bit more room and it also helps open up the breath. Then flex the feet and take the heels toward the ceiling like they're going to stamp a footprint on the ceiling. And then you could just be here. If you had someone using a strap, they could just use it here. And this is something I do not see teachers cueing this way. You'll have students like really reaching for the feet. So keep this in mind. You can use a strap. You don't even have to have a strap. You could take it around the balls of the foot. I like doing this because I can get a little bit more leverage in terms of the placement. So the knees are just coming toward like where the armpit is, but outside the rib cage, ideally. And so you could just be here and breathe. You just want to, if you know that you have people with any kind of disc issues or somebody who should be avoiding rounding in the low back, then you want to encourage the tailbone down. And it's subtle. I don't know if you can see the difference there. So here, I'm kind of rounding. Now, if people don't have disc issues, they can kind of experiment with this both ways to see what feels the best. I usually just try to kind of stay in a neutral spine so that I don't have to have any muscles activated. But so this would be full Happy Baby. An alternative here, if that just doesn't feel good, would just be flip the baby, which is child's pose on the back. So you're just here. And then one leg options are really good. So half Happy Baby. And I do this a lot just because I feel like you can get deeper into each side. So one leg comes in, the other leg can go out straight, but see what that does for me, particularly with my low back. It really changes that. So when my knee is here, for me, I have a lot more range of motion toward my chest. So again, it's the intention behind what sensation are you trying to create and what does that particular student want. So for me, it just depends. Sometimes I'll start here with this knee bent, and then I'll go ahead and straighten it. And then I'll take this leg up, or I might reach for the foot. Again, you've got all these same options here. Even here, you could have a strap. You could have a strap around the foot, and that's really nice, and that really helps get into the inner thigh. If that other leg is straight, if it feels okay to just be soft, it can be, but you could have them flex into that foot just for stability of the pelvis. In Yin Yoga, we want the muscles as soft as safely possible. Another option would be to bend that knee and then let it just kind of fall out to the side. And then this arm and your neck, you don't want it real fired up. So if you're, regardless if you're hanging on with a strap or the foot or to the foot, just encourage softness in the arm and shoulder. And then of course you could be here, you could even be here. Another option that I like a lot is just if someone doesn't really want to pull it in at all, that you place the block a little outside the hip line and then just let their foot rest there. And And you could even do that here. You could stack up another block as well, or use a bolster and a block. And then obviously from the other side, that looks like this. And this is Half Happy Baby with all of these options here. And again, you could use the strap. You could do flip the baby one side at a time, which is also really just flip the pigeon. You can see this is very similar. So there's so many options. And one of the things that I think is so important with yin yoga is that you start to really learn and watch the room. So from there, while I'm here, like I said last time, I don't have the best wall option, but you can do this at the wall. It's kind of like squat on the wall that you could do here. And then, you know, they could bring one leg at a time, or they might just stay here. So you can even do one leg straight up the wall and do here. So that's a fun one. You know, I love teaching a whole class at the wall. Another thing you could do is build a ramp. If you know me, you know I love a good ramp. And I don't have another block out, but I can show you so you can be here. And then with the feet apart like this can create a similar sensation without. So what we're doing here is we're bringing the back up closer to the thighs. So sometimes I have people who get dizzy lying flat on their back. This brings the chest closer to the thighs without having to hold the legs in. So, and then from here, you could even do one leg. They could reach behind the thigh if they wanted to, or just be here. Or if you had a block, this is great. We do this in prenatal yoga. And the block can go here and the foot can rest. So again, it's all about this intention. With Happy Baby, we're bringing the thighs toward the torso and legs apart some so that we can get in and around the hip joint. I think this covers most of the options that I have for those, but if you have other options that I didn't post or any questions, then let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I'm trying a different camera setup today, so we'll see how this goes.